on Mountain News this morning. Saturday marked the 68th anniversary of a bus crash in Floyd County that is remembered as one of the deadliest in the nation. And the life of a UPS pilot who was killed in the UPS plane crash near Louisville Airport is suing Boeing and General Electric.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Monday, March 2nd. The time is now 6:29, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I'm just in high spirits this morning. It's a new month, it's March, it's spring, and I'm happy.
I'm happy too. I'm definitely excited for the spring months. It's my favorite season. So I'm excited for the warm up, for the better days, for the flowers to bloom. Now this morning is on the chillier side, but that's what you get for being on the first couple of days of meteorological spring, seeing some 30s and 40s out there. Good news is we do have this warm front that's coming through, which will improve our temperatures throughout the day. Now we're not going to see very homogeneous temperatures, right? Our far northern counties will be sticking with the low 40s for the afternoon, and our southern counties, well, they'll be seeing a mixture of the upper 50s for some. Now we will continue to watch temperatures warming up as we head overnight and into your Tuesday. Much warmer temperatures for your Wednesday, and we are dealing with some of that rain out as well. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. A Pike County man wanted for attempted murder was arrested in Virginia Friday. Marty Hurley was arrested in the parking lot of an auto parts store in Buchanan County. Hurley was wanted on a long list of charges, including 3 counts each of attempted murder and kidnapping, plus arson. U.S. Marshals assisted in the arrest. Hurley is now waiting to be returned to Kentucky to face those charges. Saturday marked the 68th anniversary of a bus crash in Floyd County that is remembered as one of the deadliest in the nation. Several monuments have been put throughout the Prestonsburg community in honor of the 26 students and 1 bus driver that died February 28, 1958. The story gained national attention and was at the time the deadliest school bus crash in the nation. 68 years later, those impacted by the crash are still working to highlight the names and faces of the 27 victims and 22 survivors. Jackie Branham Hall called many of those victims a classmate or friend and wrote a book, 1 Minute to Live.
And all the kids, knowing them and knowing what happened to them, it really devastated me, which it did most people. And I just figured that Floyd County needed a true copy of what really happened that day, what happened to these kids, what they really went through.
Hall says it is crucial to remember the lives impacted that day as a way to keep their stories alive. She's working on a new book to keep that mission going. The wife of a UPS pilot who was killed in the UPS plane crash near the Louisville Airport is suing Boeing and General Electric. The lawsuit was filed by the wife of Dana Diamond, who was serving as an international relief officer on UPS Flight 2976. Diamond and 2 other crew members were killed in the crash, along with a dozen people on the ground. The NTSB found that the left engine and pylon separated from the wing shortly after takeoff. Attorneys argue that's not an accident, rather a failure by the companies who built and maintained the plane. Lawsuits have been also filed by relatives of those killed on the ground. We're still waiting for the NTSB's final report onto what went wrong. The Perry County Sheriff's Department is investigating who's responsible for illegal dumping. Sheriff Joe Ingalls says the dump site was in Pigeon Roost. He says thanks to the solid waste enforcement officer, jailer, and inmates, it was cleaned up before noon Friday. He says they have names from the garbage and hopefully criminal charges will follow. Sunday kicked off Kentucky's Severe Weather Awareness Week. There are things each day to help folks prepare. I spoke to a meteorologist about the importance of being weather aware. In the past few years, eastern Kentucky has been hit time after time. From tornadoes to floods, folks have experienced major losses.
It came through our front windows, and we had almost 4 foot in the store. Yeah. So And I had insurance, and I didn't feel too bad about it. I thought, well, maybe the insurance will replace what we lost. But then when they called, it wasn't flood insurance, so we didn't get a dime out of that.
Sandra Hurt is the owner of Appalachian Quilt and Craft. The February 2025 flood destroyed most of her business and the building she previously rented. She says she was monitoring the weather that day, but wasn't expecting it to get as bad as it did.
That day, we had no idea it was going to get that big. I couldn't even get home that day. My husband called and he said the road's blocked on both sides of us, so I tried to get home and I couldn't even get home because it just came up so fast.
Folks at the National Weather Service in Jackson want you to be prepared for the next event. There will be a different awareness theme each day from March 1st through the 7th.
You can't be prepared, or you can't know what to expect when things are happening or things are going sideways without planning for the weather.
Sunday starts out as Weather Notifications Day. Monday is Damaging Wind Safety, and Tuesday is Lightning Safety. Wednesday is Tornado Safety with a statewide tornado drill scheduled at 10:07 a.m. Alerts will be sent out, weather permitting, so folks know what to expect when a tornado occurs.
We are not immune to tornadoes. We've had significant tornado events in March of 2012 with West Liberty. We had May of 25 with Somerset to London, and we've had a couple of smaller instances where we've had tornadoes hit eastern Kentucky, and like I said, we're not immune.
Continuing the week, Thursday is Hail Safety. Friday is Recreational Safety, sharing how folks camping, boating, or hiking can stay safe while enjoying the outdoors. And Saturday's theme is Planning for Weather, something Hurt says she does now as a result of the flood.
Even during this winter, this ice we had some water problems, but we got those worked out, and we're on top of it now. We're watching.
WYMT First Alert meteorologists Megan Duswell and Eric Dean will have some weather awareness tips all of this week. Today also marks the 14th anniversary of the devastating March 2nd, 2012 tornado outbreak. A rate increase is coming for Kentucky Power customers. Under the new order, the average residential customer will see an average monthly bill increase of just under $11 for the first year. The PSC says there will be a slight rate increase after the first year because of provision allowing Kentucky Power to use certain deferred tax liabilities to reduce rates. The order also requires an independent audit of Kentucky Power to review operations and decision-making processes. During a special called London City Council meeting Friday, the council accepted the resignation of council member Anthony Ortega and ununanimously agreed to appoint John Bruner to succeed him. Ortega called his time on the council, quote, a genuinely rewarding experience. Ortega is the fourth London council member to resign in the past 2 years. FBI Director Kash Patel spent the day in Eastern Kentucky Friday with Congressman Hal Rogers for a law enforcement appreciation luncheon and a panel about rural law enforcement. The meeting with law enforcement at the EKU Manchester campus was closed to the public, but Patel did take questions from reporters afterwards. The visit comes on the heels of a 3-page letter sent to Patel and the DOJ by Laurel County leaders requesting a formal inquiry into the death of Doug Harless. Reporter Samantha Valentino asked Patel if he had received the letter yet.
I don't have personal knowledge of the letter, but I'm sure if it was sent, it was received. What we do with any request or inquiry like that is there's a process at the FBI to review the matter with our state and local authorities and our partners at the Department of Justice, and then they'll make a decision on whether or not, based on the facts and the law, any sort of inquiry is further required, and we will look at it.
After a grand jury failed to indict any of the officers involved in Harless's shooting last week, the community has expressed fear and uncertainty, something Laurel County leaders cited in their letter. A piece of priority legislation for Republican lawmakers took a big step forward in Frankfort. House Bill 1 has passed both House and the Senate. The bill would let Kentucky join a federal education tax credit program. Supporters say it would give Kentucky families more choices over their child's education. Opponents worry it would hurt public schools. Earlier this week, we heard from some lawmakers who voiced their concerns about how fast the bill is being passed. It now is heading to Governor Andy Beshear's desk. Kentucky lawmakers could be asked to approve a bill allowing for cannabis drinks in the state. If passed, Senate Bill 223 would allow cannabis-infused beverages at bars, restaurants, fairs, and festivals. They are already sold in some liquor stores.
And it really just is going to treat it the same way you would treat alcohol, through the licensing limits and enforcement.
The bill would also allow cannabis drinks to be shipped and delivered, much like alcoholic beverages are. The bill has not been signed to a committee. Kentucky House bill would require courts to erase eviction records if a case is dismissed. House Bill 338 would also prevent minors from being listed in documents unless they are on the lease. Folks showed their support for the legislation in downtown Lexington Friday. Supporters say this would help families find housing without the barriers of eviction history records. Two well-known TV stars were in Lexington Friday. Patrick Duffy and partner Linda Pearl stopped by God's Pantry Food Bank to help Kroger deliver a $10,000 check to go towards 60,000 meals for folks in need. It coincides with the launch of Duffy's Dough, an artisan bread line rooted in family tradition.
We want our life efforts to align with things we care about and believe in.
We're probably not going to be here to see the solution to the problem, but the fact that something like this can be on the shelves long after we're gone.
5 varieties of Duffy's Dough is now available at Kroger. The bake-at-home artisan bread traces back more than 70 years when Duffy's mom got a sourdough starter, and it's been in the family ever since. 100% of the proceeds from the bread will go towards hunger relief. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is warning drivers to expect overnight delays on I-75 in Whitley County this week. Starting tonight, crews will shut down the left southbound lane near mile marker 25. The closure runs from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. both tonight and Tuesday night. All lanes are expected to reopen by Wednesday morning.
We're still watching that rain this morning. Most folks dealing with that rain or have already dealt with that rain as you go into your Monday. Now we have this nice little dry pocket right here, but as you can see, that rain is moving to the north. So we will be seeing impacts in the next couple of hours. Also seeing some chillier temperatures up north, which is leading to a little bit of a wintry mix chance for people living in Rowan County specifically. Again, we're looking at some low to mid 30s as you're heading out the door. Southern counties are on the warmer side in the low to mid 40s. And as we head throughout the day, temperatures will be improving greatly, making its way into the 50s for some. Here's what you need to know as you're heading off to school, though. Looking at those rain chances, temperatures in the 30 and 40 range, and by the time you're heading home, looking in the 40 and 50 range. Neely.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41, and still to come on Mountain News this morning. Researchers in the UK say brewing leftovers may be the key to growing better meat in the lab.